If you watched my last video on why you should stop trying to fix everything, this is why you're still stuck, then hopefully that resonated and you've now started evaluating what you need to fix first in your business. And if you have identified the real problems in your business and you've stopped yourself from, say, chasing distractions, well, now you're probably thinking, okay, so what actually needs to be in place before I can grow my business properly? Because now I want to highlight why these next steps are so vital in your business growth. And it's not even something that you may probably even be aware of, but in a lot of cases, businesses don't fail because they can't grow. They fail because they grow before they're ready to grow. And I know this, it's going to sound silly, but I can assure you that if you grow too quickly and you don't have the right business systems and foundations in place, then these problems, they're going to compound, and not for the better. Your foundation for growth is actually much more important than the growth itself. And in this video, I want to slow things right down. I want to walk you through what your business actually needs so growth doesn't add pressure, stress, or chaos, but creates clarity, confidence, and momentum. So if you're serious about how to grow a business sustainably, then this part matters more than you can imagine. My name is Richard G-Cornell, and I'm a business coach and mentor to startups, SMEs, and corporate organizations. I've been in business for 30 years helping brands sell more of their products and services, and this channel is dedicated to helping people create their own destinies. So whether you're a young adult trying to find your path or an entrepreneur looking to grow your business, I will show you how to cope and succeed in your journey whilst enjoying it along the way. So let's get into it. Let me start with this. Growth is a word that people throw around a lot, but in many cases, they don't really understand the true meaning of the word growth, from a sound business perspective, right? Strategy perspective. And growth isn't just about pushing harder. It's not about adding more, and it's definitely not about scaling a business in a chaotic environment, because growth amplifies whatever already exists in your business. Very important. If things are clear in your business, growth is going to help. If things are messy, growth exposes it. And if things are fragile, growth will break everything. So before you even think about growing, there's a few core business foundations that need to be solid first. Foundation 1, a clear, repeatable offer. Now before anything grows, your offer has to make sense. And I don't mean just to you, but to the market. And when I refer to the term, say, offer, I don't mean a promotional offer, and I certainly don't mean discounts. I mean, can someone understand what you do without a long explanation? For example, who you help, what problems you solve, and why they should choose you. And this might sound simple in theory, but it's actually where many small business owners struggle with growth, because growth needs repeatability. If every new client requires a custom explanation, custom pricing, or a custom solution, then growth, it's going to exhaust you. A business can only grow when the offer is simple enough to be delivered consistently, and if your offer isn't clear enough for someone to understand immediately, then growth won't feel like progress. It'll feel like pressure. Foundation 2, predictable lead flow. Now, I've talked about this in detail in some of my other videos on lead generation and sales, so be sure to go and check them out. And what I'm about to say might sound, contradictory, so to speak, but the last thing you need in your business is more leads. What you actually need is a predictable lead flow. And this is where many business owners feel stuck. They might have a good month followed by a quiet one. Panic sets in, marketing stops, confidence drops, and consistency, it completely disappears. Growth doesn't work in that environment. Growth needs stability. But before a business can say grow, it needs visibility and consistency, not perfection, but reliability. And if leads only come in when you're pushing hard, your business isn't ready to grow. And throughout my own business journey, when leads were coming in from everywhere, I thought the solution was simple, just to simply put on more staff. And that turned out to be one of the worst mistakes I made. When the leads dried up, the wage bills didn't, and the setback taught me the importance of reliable, proven lead sources, regardless of market conditions. Foundation 3, financial control. And this topic makes many business owners uncomfortable, but it's one of the most important foundations for long-term business growth. Revenue, it's not the same as profit, and being busy is not the same as being profitable. Before growth, you need to understand your numbers from your revenue, your costs, your margins, and where money is actually being made versus where it's being lost. Growing a business without financial control, it doesn't reduce stress, it only multiplies it. From more clients, more work, more pressure, the list goes on. You get the picture. Growth only works when the business can support itself financially without constant guesswork. Foundation 4, time and energy constraints. And this isn't about productivity hacks or time management apps. It comes down to one simple question. Does your business only work when you're working your fingers to the bone? And if the answer is yes, growth will only make that worse. Before a business grows, there must be space, from space to think, space to decide, and space to lead. And if you're constantly reacting, putting out fires, and doing work that doesn't move the needle, then growth will consume whatever little space that you have left. And growth requires energy, not entrepreneur burnout. Now, here's the part that, people don't like hearing. Growth exposes weaknesses. It magnifies cracks, and it leaves you nowhere to hide. And if your business feels heavy right now, growth won't make it lighter. It'll only make it heavier. And that doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that you're being shown that, what needs in your business needs strengthening before growth makes sense. So instead of asking, how do I grow faster? Ask yourself this. Is my offer clear without explanation? Do leads come in without panic? Do I understand my numbers without guessing? And do I have space to think and lead? And if the answer is no to any of those questions, then growth shouldn't be the next step. Business stability should be. And stability is not a step backwards. Don't think that. It's actually how sustainable growth is built. Very important. Now, this wraps up my video today. And I want to leave you with this one final note. The businesses that last aren't the ones that grow the fastest. They're the ones that grow at the right time. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about how to stay consistent without burning out. Because once the foundations are in place, then consistency becomes the real challenge. But for now, don't rush growth. Prepare for it. And be sure to like and subscribe. And if this helped you in any way, then please feel free to leave a comment and tell me, which foundations feel weakest in your business right now, as I would love to help. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.